Hi, this is Vitek from Vitronics and Spooky2 Forum. I have an update on my recent development. It's a light therapy device which can be combined with the Spooky generator and Spooky software. I have made a video before showing similar controller, and not much has been changed except I have a new lamp, and there is no need for two separate outputs, and it's just one XLR socket for the lamp. I'll show you the lamp, how it looks like. It's mounted on a percussion stand. It's a snare stand which is fully articulated with a counterweight, and I found very convenient because the lamp can be set in any position, either like behind your chair when you are seated, or it can be suspended above your bed. And I made a adapter similar to this one, like the threaded part. It's mounted on a plate inside the lamp, and these stands, they have a different diameter of the threaded part, and this was made for this stand, and this one is slightly different. It's got the two set screws to bolt it and secure on the rod. Basically, it's like this part comes with the lamp. It's already mounted on the lamp, so what you do, you slide the lamp all the way to the end, and you fasten this two set screws with the Allen key, and that's it. And there is a switch right there which turns off the lamps, and XLR cable which connects the lamp to the controller. And these jacks, the plugs, they can only go in a one position, so there is no way you can plug something wrong. And same as with the previous model, I kept two separate channels, and the channels go horizontally, so this is the input from the Spooky generator. Let's say it can be output 1, and this can be output 2. So these outputs will correspond with the input. So if this is 1, this will be same frequency, and this will be the same frequency which is applied to the output 2. However, this two separate channel, it's more advanced. It's for people willing to wishing to experiment, and with stuff like a brain entrainment, because for basic healing and the regeneration, there is actually no need to do that, and you can connect, just as I did, output 1 from the Spooky generator to any of these. I plug it on the bottom one, but it doesn't really matter as long as you are aware what you plug. Like the lamp has 3 wavelengths, as I mentioned before. So let's say if this is 660, the next one will be 630, 660, 630, and so on. And the center, it's near infrared. So normally, if you plug one output from the Spooky into input of the controller, you will have only every second one lead. So for instance, will be only 660 and half of the infrared in the center. But there is a switch. If you flick the switch to the left, you bridge both channels. So in this case you are driving a controller with the one program from a one output of Spooky generator, and both channels work with the same program, with the same frequency being applied simultaneously to the both outputs. So the entire lamp will be lit in this moment, and you will have the same frequency on both of these RCA outputs. These outputs are a low voltage. They are rated at 12 volt, which means you can plug any 12 volt rated LED array or a lamp. For instance, right now in the upper one I have plugged this little LED pointer. It's a 1 watt LED, very convenient for a treatment of local areas, for auricular therapy, treatment of points on ears, eye. It will work similar way as a laser with the type you use for sinuses, or using light directed in the nostrils. The second one is this little prototype of the handheld. Right now it's on a stand, so it can be set on a table and pointed at the elbow or arm, but it can be taken out, and it can be applied manually, and that's 10 watt. This one it's 660, and there is a cable, XLR cable to RCA, which will work with any of these. Like the second one is has got the same. So I can take this cable right now and plug in here, and this one is infrared. It's 850 nanometers infrared. Or I could plug this panel. It's got 711 LEDs. It's a tri-band, amber, blue and red, and it can be plugged in one of these outputs. So this is pretty straightforward. I'll show you how it works with the Spooky, with the software. I have made couple simple programs for light therapy, and they are not in a Spooky database. I posted this file somewhere in a Spooky forum. I can share this again, and they are just basic frequency based on the research of Dr. Nogier, starting from 73, 146, 292, 484, and so on and so on. It's seven of them. What I modify, a couple of them I added their harmonic frequency, so you will see 292, and will be followed by 37,376. The 180 means the frequency would be applied for 180 seconds. What I'll just mention, I wrote a short description what they are good for, so in the program description you can read that this is 292 and 584, the two universal hearing frequencies, and this one it's ectodermal tissue. 584, it's made the endodermal tissue, gastrointestinal tract, liver, pancreas. can be used with the LTC and G. And the LTC it's 1168 and the G it's 146, also followed by harmonics. What is convenient if you are working by yourself, and give yourself a little delay so you can either lay down comfortably and adjust everything and relax. You can do that by setting a pause. The simple way is you can just type pause into the search bar and click enter, and you will see a pause 1 day, 1 hour, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds and 60 seconds. I found 60 seconds enough to crawl into my bed and get comfortable before the program starts. But for demonstration purpose I'll just put 10 seconds. I'll double click on it. So in the loaded programs right now we see pause 10 seconds extra. Now I will put one of my frequencies in it, so I'll type Alt-T underscore and enter, and this will show. Let's put one of them, 292, in it. So again we double click, and we see here that we have a loaded LTA custom under the pause. And now we go to settings and make sure they are correct. Excuse me. The controller, just like a Spooky Central, requires square wave, nothing exotic, and requires the amplitude of 5 volt. No more than that. More than 5 volt may damage the internal driver. So we just make sure duty cycle it's set at 50%, amplitude 5 volts, and this is experimental also, and like for the brain entrainment, that we can apply different gate settings for the output 1 and output 2. But like I said, this is more advanced. We don't need to work with this. It's experimental. Perhaps it might work with general healing and stimulation, but I don't have conclusive test result to point in this direction. But anyway, this is something can be experimented with. And if you are using one channel, then it's all set already. If you are using 2 channels, then you can mark follow output 1, which means the output 2 will also be a square wave. And of course we don't need any spikes, just a plain square wave. As the controller, it's just a switch which senses and reacts the impulse time on and off. And again, for more advanced 2 channel, if you want to set different frequency on channel 2, that's where you can apply the output 2 value and change the factor and adjust this, so you can pretty much generate 2 different frequencies from output 1 and output 2. So once we know that our settings are correct, we go to control and we click on a red field. We load the frequency. As you see, the first one is 0, which means it's our pause, followed by 292 and followed by the harmonic of a 292. And now I can turn the controller on. I didn't put any light show on the front panel, but if you glance through the side panel, you see the LEDs from the power supply and the booster circuits. And also, since the lamp is already connected, you can hear you can hear the fan. Fan is pretty quiet, but you can hear, and you know that the controller it's working, and I think the lamp is on. So as soon as we start, of course nothing will happen for 10 seconds because the pause is being applied, and after, once the progress bar will reach 10 seconds, the lamp should turn on. Okay, and as I mentioned before, right now I have the switch bridging both, which means the both channels are working with the same frequency. I can unbridge them, and right now we have a half of the lamp working, which means right now it's 660 nanometers and half of the infrared in the center. If I flick the switch to the left, then I have both 630, 660 and the entire infrared content of the center. And also right now the pointer it's working, which is plugging in here, and the second output is this handheld lamp, which is plugging in a bottom. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover. Of course, if you have any questions, you can ask me on Envitronics or on a Spooky Forum. I hope to be able to provide these devices for people. I see a merit, and I work with them a few times, and they help healing. I cannot speak when it comes to more complex issues, and but with the general healing and soreness and strained muscles, ligaments and stuff, I can say that this helps. This technology helps, and perhaps it can be expanded further. But that's what I was working on for a little while, and that's what I wanted to share with everyone. Thank you for watching.